Hello, Slashed everybody. To answer your question, your manager file is loaded if you're listening. Hello, Slashed everybody. To answer your question, your manager file is. Hello, everybody. This is Bernie Strom, and welcome to my YouTube channel for the final 2 weeks in the month of June for Diamond Legends Baseball. Lots of good games coming up. We're about to play them. And before we do, it seems to be to me that everybody but Gary and the Kremlin are in these races. So every uh, every game counts. So anyway, I got the last minute manager files that Slash put in. I got the last minute manager file that Midlife put in, and all the ones that came in prior to that are loaded in the game. So here we go. I'm not going to waste any time. We're just going to go and start playing. June 16th. Here we go. Edmonton and Gary. Edmonton 5-3, Joss over Pierce, Lajoie, home run number 7. Lehigh at the Kremlin. 12-3, Lehigh smashes the Kremlin. Martinez now 8-5. Vinegar, Ben Mizell 1-9 in the first game of the doubleheader. First of 8 games in the next 2 weeks between Vegas and Manchester. Manchester wins. Matheson shuts out Vegas 5-0, beats Seaver. Martinez, home run number 8. Tampa Bay at Massachusetts, 4-0. Tampa Bay beats Mass. Jay over Eckersley. Texas at Carolina, 2-1 Texas. Walter Johnson now 9-5. Lehigh at Kremlin. Second game of the doubleheader, 3-2 Kremlin. Comes back to split the nightcap. We go to the 17th. Edmonton, first game of a doubleheader at Gary. 8-5 Gary, Donovan over Kershaw. Game 2, 8-4 Edmonton. They split the doubleheader, Bonham over Tanana. Crystal Lake at Philadelphia. 9-6 Philadelphia. Grove win number 10. Oswalt now 3-5. Texas at Carolina. 3-0 Texas. Lee over Wilhelm Mays. Home run number 20. Game 2, Vegas at Manchester. Vegas wins 7-4. Larson over Flanagan. Jackson, home run number 12. Tampa Bay at Massachusetts. 8-6 Mass. Feller over Spahn. Hall of Fame pitchers. Lehigh at the Kremlin again. Kremlin upsets Lehigh. 6-4 Hooten over Martinez. Second game of a doubleheader. Crystal Lake at Philadelphia. Philly sweeps the doubleheader. Smoltz over John Nicholson. Home run number 15. And Texas at Carolina. At the end of the day, Texas 7-5 winners. Comer over McLeish as we glance down. Phillies 3-game lead over Vegas, 8.5 over Manchester. Texas 3 games over Tampa Bay, 8.5 over Lehigh and Massachusetts. We go to the 18th. Tampa Bay at Mass. Mass needs this win. And they get it 4-3. Drago over McMahon. Edmonton at Gary. Gary wins 5-4. Staley over Rabowski. Game number 3. Vegas at Manchester. Matheson pitching again. This time, Vegas beats Matheson. Whitey Ford wins game number 9. Matheson now 10-8. Vegas wins 15-11. Crystal Lake at Philadelphia. Phillies 1-2. Now Crystal Lake comes back as Wheeler beats Hume. Gamble his 8th home run. Texas at Carolina. 8-7. Carolina wins in 12 innings. Ferrer Reese, is that his name? He's 2-2. Lyle also 2-2. And Lehigh at the Kremlin. Kremlin's been doing good. but they lose to Lehigh 5-3. Espinosa over Sutcliffe. We go to the 19th. Vegas at Manchester, fourth game of the series. Vegas wins 4-3. They split the series. Brown over Chemnitz. Or is that the third game of the series? I've lost track. No, the fourth game. Vegas over Manchester 4-3. Brown wins. Jeter, home run number 4. Tampa Bay at Mass. Mass needs another win. They get it 9-5 at home against Tampa Bay. Humphreys over Spawn. Rice, home run number 7. Crystal Lake at Philadelphia. 10-5. Philly continues to win. Lacoste 4-5 over Guidry. Fallen to 3-11. Renicky just received in a trade, was 2 for 3 with his second home run of the season. And Texas goes into Lehigh and beats them 7-4. Kern in 12 innings over Reed. We go to the 20th. Let's see. We started on the 16th, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Around the 22nd, we'll see about playing a game, see who is worth playing. Vegas at Edmonton. 5-1 Vegas. Johnson over Leonard. Jackson a triple and a double in that game. Texas again at Lehigh. 6-0. Texas beats Lehigh Santana in the first game of the doubleheader over Adams. Gary at Philadelphia. Philly continues their winning streak, this time at 11. Hume 8-4 over Wynn, who drops to 1-1. Manchester at Crystal Lake. 6-1 Crystal Lake. Clemens wins over Stone. Cobb, a double and a triple. Carolina at Tampa Bay. 6-3 Carolina. Maddox over Steve. Bonds, home run number 13. Massachusetts at the Kremlin. Massachusetts needs a win. They get it. 10-6. Pfister over Jones. Gehrig, home run number 22. And second game of the doubleheader, Texas at Lehigh. Lehigh shuts them out 1-0 in 11 innings. Walter Johnson, both these pitchers probably pitched complete games. Johnson drops to 9-6. We head to the 21st, and let's look down at the standings. Philly, 2 games over Vegas, 10.5 over Manchester. Texas 4.5 now over Tampa Bay, although it's all in the win column. There's a 9-game difference, and that's where it is. They both have lost 27 games. Massachusetts and Carolina 7 and 7.5 back. Okay, let's see who we got here. Let me look on the 22nd. Who do we want to play on the 22nd? Let's play Manchester at Crystal Lake. Reason we doing that, both of those teams need a win desperately. They are a half game apart. Let's play that one. So we'll play that one at the end. Gary at Philadelphia. There's unplayed games in 21. I missed them. Oh, okay. You're right. I didn't play anybody in 21 on the 21st. Gary at Philadelphia. 5-1 Philly. Bonham over Frost. Philly's on a winning streak, I think. Manchester at Crystal Lake. 3-2 Crystal Lake. John over Matheson. Matheson loses his 9th game. Berkman, home run number 14. Carolina at Tampa Bay. 7-5 Carolina. Chandler over Jay DiMaggio with 16th homer. Vegas at Edmonton. 2-0 Vegas shuts them out. Seaver over Josh Carey. 2 for 5 in that game. Massachusetts at the Kremlin. Kremlin wins 2-0. Mizell wins his second game. And Texas at Lehigh. Texas continues to beat Lehigh. 7-1 Lee over Martinez. Now we'll get to play a game on the 22nd. That one I played by out of order, but it played. Philly lost at home to Gary 6-4. Grove lost his 5th game. Vegas at Edmonton, 5-2 Vegas. Turley over Kershaw. Jackson home run number 14. That closes Vegas's deficit to 1 game over Philadelphia. Mass at Kremlin. Let's see where Mass is. 8 games back. They need this game too, and they get it 7-6. Brown over Hooten. Babe Ruth with a couple of RBIs and a triple. This is the game we'll play, so we'll skip that for now. Carolina at Tampa Bay, 6-3 Carolina. Carolina moves into 3rd place, 34-31. Wilhelm over Burdette. Gary at Philadelphia, game 2. Philly wins 14-5. Smoltz over Pierce. Minoso home run number 9. Vegas and Edmonton, 2nd game of the doubleheader. Edmonton wins 2-0. Cy Young wins number 11, increases Philly's lead to 2 games. Mass at Kremlin, 1-0. Massachusetts, and they tie Carolina for 3rd place in the Crackerjack. Texas, who's been beating Lehigh, and they continue. Comer over Espinoza. Texas now 6.5 game lead, although only 2 in the loss column. Let's play Manchester at Crystal Lake. Mike Flanagan on the mound against Roy Oswald. Flanagan 3-7, a 4.28 ERA. Oswalt 3-5, 3.87. I'm going to have to change this park here for a moment. Nevin Field. I think that's where we are. I'm probably going to have to adjust the fielders. It may take me a moment. I can do this pretty quickly. There we go. We'll move that over here. That over there. Just another minute. I hadn't planned to pick the game to do yet, so I don't have this one set up. But it shouldn't take very much longer. Get these guys out of the way. There we go. Oswalt facing Henderson.
Henderson grounded to short, 1 out.
Mattingly, 11-game hitting streak. And there's 12 games.
Mattingly singled on the infield.
Edgar Martinez.
Martinez grounded to short, second to first, double play, 3 out.
Flanagan facing Randolph.
Randolph lined a single between third and short.
Cobb. A bunt. They
Cobb
got him.
bunted out to first, Randolph to second, sacrifice, 1 out. Gamble popped to first, 2 out.
Mike Piazza.
Piazza lined a single to right center, Randolph scored, outfield error, Piazza to third, Crystal Lake 1, Manchester 0.
Reggie Jackson.
Strike 3.
Jackson struck out, 3 out.
Bell leads off from Manchester, top of the second.
Bell lined a single up the middle.
Singleton.
Singleton grounded to second, second to first, double play, 2 out.
Doug DeCinces filling in at third base.
Strike 3.
DeCinces struck out, 3 out.
Berkman, Spencer, and Nettles due up for Crystal Lake.
Berkman grounded to the pitcher, 1 out.
Ball 4. Take your base.
Spencer walked. Nettles popped to second, 2 out. Everett grounded to second, 3 out.
We go to the third, 1-0 Killers.
Doyle popped to short, 1 out. Bauer grounded to second, 2 out. Dempsey grounded to short, 3 out.
Manchester and Crystal Lake battling for a playoff spot.
Randolph lined a double over second. Cobb bunted out to the catcher, Randolph to third.
Boy,
Sacrifice, 1 out.
Cobb's been up twice, bunted twice. That ought to make Manchester happy. That one's out of here. That was a long home run.
Gamble hit a 2-run homer down the right field line, 468 feet. Crystal Lake 3, Manchester 0. Piazza fly to shallow left center, 2 out.
Strike 3.
Jackson struck out, 3 out.
Top of the order, Henderson, Mattingly, and Martinez.
Dead ball.
Henderson hit by pitch. Henderson stole second. Mattingly lined to first, 1 out. Martinez lined a single between first and second. Henderson out at home, 2 out.
Unusual fast runner, and Reggie nails him anyway.
Bell fly to shallow left, 3 out.
Berkman, Spencer, and Nettles up for Crystal Lake.
Berkman grounded to second, 1 out. Spencer fly to left, 2 out. Nettles line to second, 3 out.
Moving right along the top of the fifth, Singleton to Sensays and Doyle.
Pave.
Singleton lined a double between first and second.
Strike 3.
DeCinces struck out, 1 out. Doyle grounded a single between third and short, Singleton to third.
Boa up.
Strike 3.
Bauer struck out, 2 out.
Dempsey.
Dempsey fly to deep left center, 3 out.
Halfway home, Killers 3-4 and 0. Manchester, no runs, 5 hits, 1 error. They've left 3 on base. The Killers have left 2. Everett up.
Pave.
Everett lined a triple down the first base line. Randolph grounded to short, Everett scored, 1 out, Crystal Lake 4 Manchester 0.
Crystal Lake adds a run on there. Cobb, who's bunted twice.
Cobb grounded to third, 2 out.
Gamble homered his last time. And guess what? He homered this time too.
Gamble hit a solo homer to right center, 388 feet, Crystal Lake 5 Manchester 0. Piazza fly to deep right center, 3 out.
Top of the 6th we go. Manchester's got a little work to do. Find themselves in a 5-run deficit. Top of the order, Henderson, Mattingly, and Martinez.
Henderson grounded to third, 1 out. Mattingly fly to deep left center, 2 out. Martinez grounded a single between first and second.
Both teams now with 6 hits. However, the Killers have 5 runs. Well, guess what?
Bell hit a 2-run homer to left center, 375 feet, Crystal Lake 5 Manchester 2.
Manchester gets a couple of runs. They're on the board. Singleton's
Strike
up.
3.
Singleton struck out, 3 out.
To the bottom of the 6th, 5-2 Killers. Well, that didn't last. Reggie, home run number 6.
Jackson hit a solo homer down the right field line, 382 feet, Crystal Lake 6 Manchester 2. Berkman flied down the left field line, 1 out. Spencer flied to deep right, 2 out. Nettles grounded to short, 3 out.
Larry Bowa's 29th great play of the season to the top of the 7th, 6-2 Killers. Dan Wheeler is coming into pitch to replace Oswalt.
Strike 3.
DeCinces struck out, 1 out. Doyle flied to very deep right, 2 out. Bauer flied to shallow left center, 3 out.
Killers lead off with Adam Everett, then followed by Randolph and
Strike
Cobb.
3.
Everett struck out, 1 out. Randolph lined a single to right center.
Third hit for Randolph today.
Strike 3.
Cobb struck out, 2 out.
Gamble with 2 home runs.
Gamble fly to deep left, 3 out.
Top of the 8th. Chris Chambliss is coming in. Here comes a defensive replacement. Pinella in left field. Mariano Rivera coming on to pitch.
Dempsey fly to deep right center, 1 out.
Ball 4. Take your base.
Henderson walked.
Poop.
Mattingly grounded to the pitcher, second to first double play, 3 out.
To the bottom of the 8th we go. Piazza, Jackson, and
Strike
Chambliss.
3.
Piazza struck out, 1 out.
Flanagan still in there.
Ball 4.
Jackson walked. Chambliss fly to very deep left center, 2 out.
Strike 3.
Spencer struck out, 3 out.
Top of the 9th. Rivera, will he stay on? Let's see. Yep.
Strike 3.
Martinez struck out, 1 out.
Strike 3.
Bell struck out, 2 out.
And that's the ball game. Killers 6, Manchester 2. Let's move this down here, get it out of the way, and back to the games. We move on to the 23rd. As we glance down, 2 games. Philadelphia maintains the 2-game lead over Vegas. Crystal Lake now moves into the playoff spot, 3rd spot, 10.5 back. Texas 6.5 added Tampa Bay. Carolina and Mass tied for the 3rd playoff spot. Gary at Edmonton. 3-1 Gary Ryan over Bonham. Massachusetts at Lehigh. Mass fighting for that 3rd playoff spot. And they lose. Lehigh beats him 12-4. Carlton over Feller. Hobson home run number 9 as David Lando checks in. Texas at Tampa Bay. Speaking of David Landau. 10-8 Texas. Kern over McMahon. And Carolina at the Kremlin. 6-2 Kremlin. To the 24th. Manchester and Vegas, a second 4-game series. This 3rd time Matheson pitched against them. And they shut them out 1-0. Manchester gets the victory. Matheson 11th win. Brown pitched a good game. Let's take a look at the line score. That's it. It's a 1-hitter for Matheson. Brown didn't pitch bad. Allowed three hits. 1 run in 5 innings, and even the relief pitcher came in and pitched shutout ball, but it wasn't enough. Okay, here we go. Gary at Edmonton. 6-5. Gary's beaten him twice in a row. Philly at Crystal Lake. Crystal Lake wins 8-6. Strickland and Hume, they don't take advantage of the Vegas loss. Mass at Lehigh. Mass looking for a win now, and they don't get it as Lehigh beats them 6-0. Adams over Humphreys. Texas at Tampa Bay. 12-7 Texas. Darwin over Pizarro. Johnson home run number 3. And Carolina at the Kremlin. 3-1 Carolina. Carolina holds on to Carolina at Tampa Bay now tied for 2nd. And Mass 1 game back. 9.5. Lehigh's still in it, even though they're 10.5 back. We go to the 25th before we play any more games. Let's see. What do we got on the 30th? Well, let's see. Steve Tate checked in. Since David's here, let's see. Steve Tate. Well, we'll either play the Lehigh Carolina game at the end or Mass at Texas. How's that? Back to the 25th. Gary at Edmonton. 8-1 Edmonton won it over Frost. Second game of the series. Manchester at Vegas. 5-2. Manchester wins the second game of the series. The second game of a doubleheader is coming up next. Philly at Crystal Lake. Philly wins 7-2. Now they're 3 games up. Mass at Lehigh. 5-3. Massachusetts. Pfister over Martinez. Rice home run number 9. Texas at Tampa Bay. 5-4. Texas. Johnson over Steve. Carolina at the Kremlin. Kremlin beats them 4-1. Mizell now with 3 wins. Maddox 10-6. And the third game of the series, second game of the day, Manchester at Vegas. Vegas takes it 8-4. It's a good thing Flanagan's pitching for him. I don't have to face Kamnitz and Matheson 7 out of 8 times. And we go to the 26th. Glance down at the standings. Philly 2.5 games ahead of Vegas. Crystal Lake in third at 10.5. Manchester just a game back out of the playoff. Texas 9.5 over 3 teams there. Tampa Bay, Carolina, and Massachusetts. Okay, here we go. Philly at Crystal Lake. Crystal Lake wins 6-2, John, over Lacoste. Manchester throws Matheson again. Let's see what happens. And he loses. No, he wins 6-4. McGregor over Turley. So that drops Vegas to 2.5 games back. And Manchester, a game back of the playoffs. Gary at Edmonton, 5-0. Edmonton and Carolina at the Kremlin. 10-5 Carolina. We go to the 27th. Manchester goes to Edmonton and beats them 7-5. Palmer over Young. That gets Manchester a half a game out of the third playoff spot. Massachusetts at Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay 10-0. Massachusetts falls a game out of the playoffs. Jay over Cole. Gary at Crystal Lake. Crystal Lake's been winning, and they continue 4-3. Oswalt over Pierce. Philly at Vegas. Well, let's see what happens. Philly wins 8-5. Grove over Ford. Grove is 11th win. Mantle is 18th home run. That puts him 3.5 up, 4 games in the loss column. Kremlin at Lehigh, and Lehigh shuts him out 6-0. Carolina at Texas, 3-0 Texas, as Texas just continues to destroy everybody in that side of the league. Santana over Wilhelm. And Massachusetts at Tampa Bay 5-3 winners. We head to the 28th. Philly at Vegas. Vegas gets some revenge, 6-2. Brown over Smoltz. Brings Vegas back to 2.5 games. Manchester at Edmonton. Manchester wins 5-1. They remain a half game out of the playoff spot. Kamnitz, 7th win. Kershaw, if no one's noticed, is now 1-10. Crystal Lake on a roll. They're in the third playoff spot. They're at home against Gary, but Gary upsets them 5-1 as Nolan Ryan beats Louis Tiant. Kremlin at Lehigh. Lehigh 10-3 winners. They go to 500 in the 5th spot, but they are only 1 game out of a playoff spot. Everybody's fighting for the playoffs, but the Kremlin in that side of the league. Massachusetts at Tampa Bay, 6-4. Massachusetts, they keep pace. Eckersley over Carpenter, rolling home run number 11. And Carolina at Texas. Carolina finally beats Texas. Texas finally loses. McClish over Lee. Mauer went 4 for 5 with 4 runs batted in. But the only thing that did to the Crackerjack is now Texas is 9 games ahead of Tampa Bay and Carolina, 10 games ahead of Mass, 10.5 ahead of Lehigh. They're all in it for the playoffs. We go to the 29th. Manchester and Edmonton. 7-1 Manchester. Matheson wins game number 12. Manchester sneaks into the third playoff spot with that one. Gary at Crystal Lake. 6-3 Gary. Frost over Guidry. Lansford home run number 1. Philly at Vegas. 8-4 Vegas. Seaver beats Norman. What's that do? That brings Vegas a game and a half back, but still the same 2 games in the loss column as we started the second half of June with. So both Philadelphia and Vegas playing approximately the same. Kremlin at Lehigh. 13-2. Adams' 13th win. Mizell his 10th loss. Luzinski home run number 5. That puts Lehigh over 500 and 1 game out of second place. Everybody, like I said, is in that one. Will Mass or Tampa Bay improve? And it's Massachusetts. Humphreys over Spawn. Massachusetts 9.5 back now. Manchester at Edmonton. Manchester's been on a roll. They continue 7-1. Flanagan over Leonard. Manchester now a game and a half clear of 4th place Crystal Lake. And Carolina at Texas. Texas wins their 50th game of the season, and we're not even out of June. They increased their lead to 10 games over 3 teams, 10.5 over 4. Well, I guess that says it all, doesn't it? And we go to the 30th. Okay. Well, let's see. Who's Steve Tate's in here? Let's watch a Steve Tate game. We did Dave's game one of the last broadcasts, and we did Manchester earlier today. Let's do Lehigh at Carolina. So Edmonton's at Vegas to start the final day of June. Vegas wins 16-7. Moss over Busby. Crystal Lake at Manchester. 2-0 Crystal Lake. Crystal Lake is now a half game out of the playoff spot. Philly at Gary. Philly squeaks by Gary 4-3, maintains their 1.5 game lead here on June 30th. Sabathia wins number 4. Renicky, 6th home run of the year. Kremlin at home against Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay shuts them out 7-0. Steve versus Sutcliffe. Tampa Bay now in sole possession of second place in the Crackerjack by a half a game. Mass at Texas. 2-0. Massachusetts shuts them out. Pfister beat Walter Johnson. That must have been a hell of a game. Tampa Bay, Massachusetts now tied for second, 9 games back. Carolina 9.5, Lehigh 10. It's either going to be Lehigh. Oh, okay. One of these two will be really close when we're done with this game. So let's play it. Lehigh at Carolina. Turner Field. Let's see if I got that set up right. Pedro Martinez, one of my favorite all-time pitchers, pitching Greg Maddux. This is a classic pitching duel. Both these pitchers have pitched better in their careers, but Pedro is 8-6 with a 3.99 ERA. Greg Maddux 10-6, 3.96. Okay. I am not going to change any pictures, even though I'm missing a couple, because the new picture file I've been using tends to crash the game. I got to fix that one of these days. Speaker, Rose, and Wagner facing Pedro. Here we go.
Speaker grounded to the pitcher, 1 out. Rose grounded to first, 2 out. Wagner lined a single between third and short.
Foul tip.
Guerrero grounded to second, 3 out.
Lehigh's down in the top of the first. Reapers send up Collins, Bonds, and Mauer.
Collins grounded to first, 1 out.
Strike 3.
Bonds struck out, 2 out. Mauer grounded a single between third and short.
Each team with a hit. DiMaggio.
Catcher pickoff. DiMaggio grounded to short, forcing Mauer at second, 3 out.
To the second. That's gone, right?
Foul ball.
Foul ball. Just twisting foul. That one's gone. No, but he's got it.
Schmidt fly to deep left center, 1 out.
Sure looked like it was gone.
Boone grounded to second, 2 out.
McBride.
Strike 3.
McBride struck out, 3 out.
Hack, Doby, and Wirtz. Well, that one didn't look like it was gone, but it is.
Hack hit a solo homer down the right field line,
Strike 3.
345 feet. Carolina 1 Lehigh 0.
Ball 4.
Doby struck out, 1 out. Wirtz walked.
Pout.
Power grounded to second, second to first double play, 3 out. Maddox grounded to short, 1 out. Trio fly to deep left center, 2 out. Speaker grounded to second, 3 out.
To the bottom of the third, 1-0, Carolina.
Grubb grounded a single up the middle.
Hey.
Collins singled on the infield, Grubb to second. Bonds fly down the right field line, 1 out.
Pout.
Great play, number 25.
Mauer
By
grounded
Schmidt.
to third, Grubb to third, Collins to second, 2 out. DiMaggio fly to left, 3 out.
To the fourth.
Rose lined a single between first and second. Wagner grounded to first, Rose to second,
Strike
1
3.
out. Guerrero struck out, 2 out.
There's an error.
Schmidt grounded to short, safe on an error, Rose to third. Boone fly to right center, 3 out.
No damage on the error to the bottom of the fourth. Hack, Doby, and Wirtz. Hack homered his last time.
Hack grounded to short, 1 out.
Strike 3.
Doby struck out, 2 out. Wertz lined a single over short. Power grounded to second, 3 out.
To the fifth, Carolina leading 1-0.
McBride lined to the pitcher, 1 out. Maddox lined a single to left center. Trio grounded to second, Maddox to second,
Dead
2 out.
ball.
Speaker hit by pitch.
If Maddox hit you, he did it on purpose.
Rose grounded to second, 3 out.
Halfway home, Carolina 1 run, 5 hits, an error, 4 left on. The Lizards, no runs, 3 hits, no errors, 5 left on.
Ball 4.
Grubb walked. Collins lined a single up the middle, Grubb to second.
Foul ball.
Bonds fly to right center, 1 out.
Poop.
Maurer grounded to third, second to first double play, 3 out.
Still 1-0, top of the 6th. Wagner, Guerrero, and Schmidt for Lehigh.
Wagner fly deep down the left field line, 1 out.
Let me get rid of this. Wait a second. I don't know how that worked, but I guess it worked.
Guerrero grounded to short, 2 out. Schmidt lined a single between third and short.
Strike 3.
Boone struck out, 3 out.
To the bottom of the 6th, as you would expect between Maddox and Martinez, 1 run between the two teams so far.
DiMaggio fly deep down the left field line, 1 out.
Strike 3.
Hack struck out, 2 out.
Time.
Is it raining? 22-minute rain delay. Martinez is strong. Maddox is okay.
Rain delay minutes.
Martinez stays in.
Doby lined a single to center. Wertz grounded to the pitcher, safe on an error, Doby to second.
Well, the rain delay looks like it
Howard
hurt
grounded a
Martinez.
single between third and short, Doby scored, Wertz to second, Carolina 2 Lehigh 0.
Pedro's at 105 pitches. We all know what Pedro happens to Pedro after 100 pitches.
Grubb doubled off the wall down the left field line, Wertz scored, Power scored, Carolina 4 Lehigh 0.
Strike 3. Tara.
Collins struck out, 3 out.
Maddox on the mound. Let's see if the rain delay hurt him.
McBride grounded to first, 1 out. Maddox grounded to third, 2 out.
Foul ball. Strike 3.
Well, I guess
Trio
the rain
struck
delay
out,
didn't hurt.
3 out.
To the 7th, 4-0. Carolina, bottom of the 7th. After 6.5, 4 runs, 9 hits, 1 error, 6 left on for Carolina. Lehigh, no runs, 4 hits, an error. They left 6 on also. Bonds up. Ron Reed coming into pitch, replacing Martinez.
Bonds grounded to first, 1 out. Maurer lined a single between first and second. DiMaggio lined a single to center, Maurer to second. Hack grounded to second,
Double
second
play.
to first, double play, 3 out.
Head to the 8th. Lehigh running out of time, sending up Speaker, Rosa, and Wagner. And we're going to have Campaneris coming in to play short.
Speaker singled on the infield.
Great play by Collins, and it's a double play.
Rose grounded to second, second to first, double play, 2 out. Wagner bunted for a single.
Strike 3.
Guerrero struck out, 3 out.
Reed pitching the bottom of the 8th. Carolina, Doby, Wirtz, and Campaneris.
Doby grounded to first, 1 out.
Foul ball.
Wirtz popped to second, 2 out.
Campy singles.
Campaneris grounded a single between third and short. Grubb grounded to short, 3 out.
Top of the 9th. Lehigh's last chance, sending up Schmidt, Boone, and McBride. A red Gary Maddox is on the mound for Carolina. And Jay Porter is coming in to play first base. Don Faris, is that how you pronounce it? He's coming in the pit.
Schmidt doubled to left center.
Ball 4.
And the first 2 runners on, not a
Boone
good
walked.
thing. In the 9th inning with a 4-run lead.
McBride fly deep down the right field line. Schmidt to third, 1 out.
Maddox up.
Maddox fly to deep right center. Sacrifice. Schmidt scored. 2
One-
out.
One out
Carolina
away.
4, Lehigh 1.
And that's the game. Carolina wins 4-1. Okay. Does that take care of everything? Let me make sure that takes care of everything. We're got rid of April, May, and June. Let's take a look at where we stand here. Texas, 9 games up on 3 teams. Tampa Bay, Carolina, and Massachusetts. That is a close race. Lehigh only a game and a half back in 5th place. Philly, 1.5 games up on Vegas. Manchester in the 3rd spot, 9 games back, and Crystal Lake only a half game behind them at 9.5. We'll do what Steve usually does here, and then we'll print it up, zip it up, post it, and Steve will be able to handle July 1st. Who's hot and who's not? Well, in the Sandlot, Philly and Vegas go 5-5 in last 10. Manchester and Crystal Lake go 7-3, so they pick up a couple of games on the leaders. 7-3 goes Texas. 6-4. Nobody's really cold except the Kremlin. Run differential in the Sandlot, Vegas at 78. Manchester's got a positive run differential of 29, followed by Philly at 20. And Texas is now has a higher run differential than Tampa Bay. I don't see that a lot when I run sims. Usually Tampa Bay's got the highest in the league. Anyway, we will get that everything printed, zipped up. Hope everybody has a nice evening, and we'll catch you all on Discord. Talk to you later.